If you want awesome products at great prices, check out the in the description. Harvard University. A David and Goliath battle against governmental overreach. In a dramatic escalation of a conflict that has sent shockwaves through the academic world, Harvard University finds itself locked in a David and Goliath struggle against the Trump administration. At stake is not just billions of dollars in federal funding, but the very autonomy and integrity of higher education in the United States. The battle lines are drawn, and the fight is far from over. The controversy erupted after Harvard refused to bow to a series of demands from the Trump administration, demands that the university alleges are a blatant attempt to exert undue influence and control over academic freedom. This unprecedented power grab, according to Harvard's legal filings, aims to dictate the curriculum and shape the viewpoints presented within the hallowed halls of one of the world's most prestigious institutions. The core of the dispute revolves around a demand for the appointment of an external overseer, tasked with ensuring diversity of thought within the university. While the administration cloaks this demand in the language of inclusivity, Harvard contends that it is a thinly veiled attempt to stifle dissent and impose a politically driven agenda on its academic pursuits. This is not merely a matter of semantics. It strikes at the heart of academic freedom, a cornerstone of higher education and a critical component of a thriving democracy. The university's steadfast refusal to yield to these pressures has triggered the administration's retaliatory measures. The administration's response has been swift and ruthless. Initially, a freeze of $2.2 billion in federal funding sent a chilling message. However, this was merely the opening salvo in a broader campaign designed to cripple Harvard's financial and operational capabilities. The administration has since indicated its intention to freeze an additional $1 billion in grants, initiating multiple investigations into the university's operations and even threatening the educational prospects of international students. The most audacious threat, however, is the looming revocation of Harvard's 501(c)(3) tax-exempt status, a move that would have devastating consequences for the university's financial stability and its ability to fulfill its mission. Harvard's president, in a strongly worded statement, detailed the gravity of the situation. The administration's actions, he emphasized, represent a grave threat not just to Harvard, but to the entire landscape of American higher education. The potential consequences extend far beyond the university's walls, impacting patients who rely on Harvard-affiliated hospitals for crucial medical research and treatment, students whose academic futures are jeopardized, faculty and staff whose livelihoods are at stake, and researchers whose groundbreaking work faces sudden termination. This unprecedented attack undermines the global standing of American universities, jeopardizing international collaborations and the flow of knowledge across borders. The administration's claim that the initial threat letter concerning the $2.2 billion funding freeze was a mere mistake is utterly unconvincing. The subsequent actions, the further funding freezes, the investigations, the threats to international students, and the looming revocation of tax-exempt status paint a clear picture of a coordinated, deliberate campaign aimed at bringing Harvard to heel. The administration's attempts to deflect responsibility are transparent and fail to mask the true intention: to exert political control over one of the nation's most esteemed institutions of learning. This is not simply a dispute over funding. It's a fundamental conflict over the principles of academic freedom, the role of government in higher education, and the very essence of intellectual inquiry. Harvard's defiance represents a courageous stand against governmental overreach, a stand that resonates deeply within the academic community and beyond. The outcome of this battle will have profound implications for the future of American higher education, shaping the landscape for generations to come. The stakes are incredibly high, and the world watches with bated breath as this unprecedented clash plays out. The question remains: will Harvard, this venerable institution, succeed in defending its autonomy, or will it succumb to the relentless pressure from the administration? The answer will define not only Harvard's future, but the future of academic freedom itself. The fight continues.